Good morning and welcome to our thought for the week this week. This morning is the 11th of November, which here in the UK we call Remembrance Day or Armistice Day. And it's a day where we quite rightly stop and take time to remember particularly the supreme sacrifice paid by those in the First and Second World War, but also others who have served in the armed forces and in some of the civilian services who have lost their lives in various conflicts and other realms of service throughout the years. Normally at 11 o'clock on the 11th of November, all around the UK and further afield, there would be services taking place at cenotaphs and memorials. And they will still take place, but they will look very different this year because of COVID-19. They may be scaled back, and maybe you would normally attend one and aren't able to today. And so later on in this video, I'll give us a minute where we can take time to observe some silence and bring to God in prayer those who are currently serving, and also to thank Him for the sacrifice made by those who have gone before us to enable that we have the freedoms that we still enjoy today. And then I'll bring us a thought from the Bible about remembering and remembrance. But as we join together now, let's observe a minute's silence and remember those who have paid the supreme sacrifice and who continue to serve. It is my prayer that we will always remember those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for the freedom that we have. And I suppose the easy parallel to draw is that Jesus made the supreme sacrifice for us. He laid down His life so that we may have life, and life to the full. The Bible says that the biggest sacrifice one can make is laying down their life for a friend. And that is what those men and women down the years have done. But I want to take you even further back into the Old Testament, a Psalm of David. And I wonder whether maybe servicemen and women in many wars who have read this psalm and cried something similar to God. I'm going to read the whole thing for us this morning. It's Psalm 143, and as I said, a Psalm of David. Hear my prayer, O Lord. Give ear to my pleas for mercy. In your faithfulness answer me, in your righteousness. Enter not into judgment with your servant, for no one living is righteous before you. For the enemy has pursued my soul. He has crushed my life to the ground. He has made me sit in darkness like those long dead. Therefore my spirit faints within me. My heart within me is appalled. I remember the days of old. I meditate on all that you have done. I ponder the work of your hands. I stretch out my hands to you. My soul thirsts for you like a parched land. Answer me quickly, O Lord. My spirit fails. Hide not your face from me, lest I be like those who go down to the pit. Let me hear in the morning of your steadfast love. For you I trust. Make me know the way I should go, for to you I lift up my soul. Deliver me from my enemies, O Lord. I have fled to you for refuge. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. Let your good spirit lead me on a level ground. For your name's sake, O Lord, preserve my life. In your righteousness, bring my soul out of trouble. And in your steadfast love, you will cut off my enemies, and you will destroy all the adversaries of my soul. For I am your servant. I just want to reflect on a couple of verses as we think about how important it is to remember and remember past battles. Verse 5 says, I remember the days of old. I meditate on all that you have done. I ponder the work of your hands. Just as today we rightly remember the sacrifice made by those so that we could have our freedoms, it is also important that we remember all that God has done, not only for us, but for for past generations, not just in living memory, but the whole way through the Bible, that we reflect on how faithful God has been in the past, that we ponder the works of his hands. And if you are currently in a time of trouble where you feel as if you're being pursued by your enemies, whatever that looks like for you, whether that's mental health, poverty, family problems, the devil works in many ways. But thankfully we know that the Lord delivers us from the enemies. He says in verse 9, deliver me from my enemies, O Lord. I have fled to you for refuge. And so today we go to verse 10. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. Lead your good spirit. Lead me on a level ground. I pray that today, whatever it is that is troubling you, wherever you need to seek refuge from, that you will run to the Lord, that he will deliver you from your enemies, that you will seek God's face, that you will ask him to teach you his will, and that his spirit will lead you on level ground.